Welcome to the great podcast.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is the Great Podcast and I'm your host, Katlego Matlasela, and today we have a special edition and we have Mrs. Eve, not just Mrs. Eve, an actress, a motivational speaker, and I just experienced on the podium right now saying great things and you just shared your journey. It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Personally, also I've learned a lot through the topic we're sharing today, and looking forward to you coming back because you promised us a workshop.
Organizing.
Yeah. Please introduce yourself to our guests.
Okay, here.
That side.
All right, hi, my name is Eve RASIMENI. I know people always say RASIMENI. I'm a 33-year-old young mom, fit mom, actress, motivational speaker, and an aspiring feminist in this world. I live to spread the word of belief more than anything in my life, in my career. I think that is my ministry. My ministry is as a performer, how do I motivate through performance?
Yeah. A young, beautiful mom, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you please just give us, take us through your journey as an actress or in the industry that you're in?
In the industry. So I started my first ever performance during the Estate Fits in 2007 when I was the same year after I was discovered by my grade 10 teacher, and that's how my theatre journey began. When I got to the Valia University in 2009-10, I was then introduced to Viva Valia Theatre Productions, the production that actually made me. Everything that I've learned within the arts is what I learned here. That is up until 2013 when I left, and then I had my first debut on Amakuku in 2014, Service 1, and I had my first big break 2015 doing 3 seasons of Zbondo and ETV, and it's just been a journey sincewards. I'm doing Afrikaans work, I'm doing English work, I'm doing standard American work. I'm going into stunts now because I do think I found a niche. I don't just want to do dramas, I want to do stunt work, action work, have the body physique and everything. I'm under sponsorship right now, to get me to my goals. I have a supplement sponsorship, NPL, and I'm under clothing brand, gymwear clothing brand, Boost. So they kind of motivate me to get up, because they just, I look fabulous in their stuff, and their supplements, they just help me a lot. And today, my current projects, I'm doing season 2 of Savage Beauty, which is on Netflix.
Oh, interesting.
I'm doing a new show that I can't unfortunately announce yet, but it's on show. It's coming up on Showmax. And then I'm doing an Afrikaans project as well that I can't mention yet. Yeah. But everything, I think, towards the end of the year, because everything is all of this works this year, so towards the end of the year to next year, I think everyone will get to see another better version.
Okay, since most of them you can't announce them as yet, where can you find information of your jobs? My
social medias, I always post. I never mention the projects, but you can see that I'm busy with projects. But I can definitely want this one is that because it's already we have a season 1 and we literally just jumped into production now for season 2 of Savage Beauty. So I can't wait for that. I mean, the character is just quite impeccable. It has grown. Everything I've manifested has gone into one.
I can see you even happy when you're talking about it. What keeps you going? Like, what's the one thing that makes you wake up every day? Like, I want to get it done, because I'm hearing that you're also into sponsorships, right? You're also an actor. You're pushing all of these things. What keeps you going?
I need to leave my son with a legacy. My legacy. I need to leave him with that. For whatever he missed out, I'm going to replace. And myself, I keep myself motivated. Like every time I literally, Steve Harvey says, not everyone's going to understand your dream. You know why? Because you're the only one who sees it.
Okay. You're the
when you close your eye, you're the only one. When you think about that man, you see him. When you think about that job, you see it. When you think about that house, what it looks like upstairs, you don't just ask for a house. Upstairs, in Mutumaka, you could 3-bedroom. That one for the guests, and this, you have to be so specific. That keeps me going.
That keeps you going.
That
Your
keeps me
sons
going.
will keep going.
So if you have like that income coming, I'm not gonna waste it because I know towards where I'm working. So my son, legacy, and me.
That's what keeps
I
you
am
going.
my own motivation. I draw, of course, energies from other speakers who talk about their lives, but I've become my own motivation through my experiences, because I realized my experiences weren't a taboo. They were all along a preparation for future comings.
So to those young kids or young girls out there that want to venture into industry, what advice would you give?
I don't think they would take that advice, that first advice, but if I'm gonna leave somebody who's quite young, especially now because we're in an institution of higher learning. So I'll grasp it into your intermediate and your varsity, is that, first of all, get out of a small town, kill big dreams.
Okay.
Small towns kill big dreams, and small towns come with small minds. So associate yourself with big things, dream big.
Where can you start? You know, I wouldn't say motivation. When somebody advises you or something and you don't know where to start, like where can I begin? Where can I open the door? What am I supposed to do?
You begin with your dreams. Even God says it, like you leave it all up to be still and know.
That I'm still God.
I'm your God. Like all you have to do, guys, I'm telling you now, it is not the way we've been taught how to speak to God, the universe, or your dreams, or whatever. It's not by begging Ngcila for mercy, or it's you putting it out to the world.
Do you aspire to own your own, I wouldn't say production per se?
Production house.
Yeah.
I aspire to get my content out there. I write a lot.
Okay.
I write content, and I write content that hasn't even touched South Africa yet.
Yes.
But I have hopes. I have that we are an evolving industry.
If somebody wants to collab with you or work with you, which ways can they approach you?
My social medias.
Social media.
Yeah. All my social medias, from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's Viva RASIMENI. It's the same. It doesn't change. Look at my work. Look at my vibe, my spirit, my aura. If you can work with that, I'm always open to anything. Sometimes you don't need to ask for money or say, hey, this is what and what. Let's sit down and be creatives. Maybe we spark something from that. Oh, okay.
Then
actually, yeah.
Do you have to be specifically an actress in order for
No, I
something?
don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
I wasn't an actress.
Oh, okay.
I think when the dream came, all I knew was that I want to be in front of people.
Oh.
I love being in front of people. I love performing. I love seeing a standing ovation.
You love
But I didn't know that it's a career.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know it's a career.
You know, Uguti, when it comes to the industry, as a woman, there's all challenges. It's not easy. Personally,
Yeah.
I know it's not easy with us. You understand? And what challenges do you personally face in the industry, and how do you overcome them?
I mean, the imposter syndrome will always be the biggest one, where you always feel like everyone is ahead of you. The next person. But for me, the industry is like gym. When you look to your left, somebody envies to be where you are. When you look to the right, you envy for the next person. So it's always a cycle. Like none of it is demeaning to the other. Every step or every level comes with its own challenges. So the imposter syndrome is a huge one. To know and believe and trust that where you are called, you deserve it. Do you know how many people audition for you to finally get that role? And then you're going to be like, but it's just 10 calls. 10 calls is a lot. Take gratitude in that and see how God gives you the 20 calls. Take gratitude in those 20 calls and see God give you a global. Be grateful for that global. See you expanding your craft into motivational talk, into training, and not just performing. But I think for me, in the imposter syndrome, deal with that. And that's why I spoke about believing in self, building self-confidence. Everything flows from that.
Okay. You said something about big crowds and friendships. Obviously, if you have too many crowd following you around or too many friends, just
It's a problem because it's a distraction. You think they're there hyping you. They're not there hyping you, but they're back. Unfortunately, it's the reality of life.
Yeah.
Because when you have a crowd, you don't hear the silent noise.
There's too many noises.
You hear, this is what you hear. No, don't do that. No, go to that. Actually, my dad did this. What is your inner?
What do you want?
What do you want? Okay, this is what the world is doing. What are you doing? Okay, everyone's getting jobs through social media. 20K. No, I'm gonna get jobs by being otherwise. So I'm gonna do stunts. That's how I'm gonna get my jobs.
Yeah,
so we are all actors. I think to answer it in this manner, find a niche. When you find a niche, you stand out better. Because we can all act. But what type of acting? No, she's an actress. We know she's an actress. But yeah, comedy, yeah, shy. Find a niche and run with it.
Okay, in your circle right now, because I think as much as you're saying you don't have big crowd, you have friends. Do you have friends?
No, I don't. Not anymore.
At all?
I don't.
Who's your best friend? Who's somebody that you talk to?
I do have a best friend. We've been friends since kindergarten, literally from when we met. I was 4, she was 5, and we've been friends. And she's outside the industry, and I think our friendship lasted in terms of she's somebody who's my outside eye. If I start going, she's that person, and my family has become her family. Her family has become. That's the friendship I deal with now. Other than that, they're all distractions because everybody, your level of friendship is not the same level of friendship to the other person. That person may be your best friend, but she may not be your best friend. You may not be her best friend. So unfortunately, some things you just need to leave. If they are for you, they'll come back. They'll understand that you had to go through a journey. I lost, I cried, but I'm okay now. Because even in them leaving, they had a mission in my life. It's so strange. One of the girls actually that I'm no longer friends with, I met my sponsorships through her. And then we had a fallout. But I had to meet her because there was no ways I was going to meet Lisa. So some things you just have to understand. I'm not mad at her because I understand that she was somebody passing through my life. She was a season in my life. That's all. Whoa. So you can be bitter and everything. I'm not, because I understand that you had to come in my life so that I could meet. There was no ways I was going to meet that person had I not met you. And we had to have the fallout because it wasn't a lasting relationship. Yeah.
And it's something, it was not going anywhere at that time.
It was, but it was going for the wrong reasons. You see, when you identify hence I was saying earlier, when you know your destiny has a destination, which is a certain route. It's not 5 routes, it's 1 route for you. Everyone else has used those routes that work. Your route is specific. Your route doesn't want people around. Your route even doesn't want your own family around. It's the pain that comes with it. But you live like a slave today, and you live like a king tomorrow.
Do you ever felt like God actually aligned you with the dream that you are? Because I've seen a lot of people feel like we need to go out and chase it, and you moved from Val, you went to Joburg because you got an internship that you applied for, and then for you that was a door. You say, I'm not going back home, I'm not doing anything, but I'm gonna keep on pushing and I'm gonna focus on my dream.
Because of the dream identification from the onset, even going to Joburg for PR internship was on the basis of, because I knew my destination, I'm going to use it as a form. Do you understand that? I don't do anything related to PR today. The course.
Yes.
But it had to happen because that's what took me to Joburg. What was going to take me and pay for me during that time and take care of me.
Okay, before we close, because I know you're supposed to go have lunch right now. As somebody that is also aspire to be in the industry, right? It's been a while since I've tried, and right now I'm working with Nokia as well, right? And you know, they identify me through social media and what I do and what I love, and you realize I'm actually doing great, you know. But sometimes, like, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Am I there yet? What next can I do better? Where can I polish? And what would you advise me as a young person? I'm 21. As a young person that aspires to be in the industry and actually be great, because I know I'm going to be the first presenter that's going to be doing globe presenting. I don't want to be an essay. You know, my dream is not based in only being a TPC1 or only doing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But my dream is actually doing those big events around the world.
And remind yourself every day. Write it down. Don't just say LA. Don't just say King CNN or like you don't just watch it. I have this routine, and when I watch acting, I don't just watch for the sake of it's a story. I pick one of the characters that I say I identify with, and throughout the entire, if it's like a 13 episode, I don't see that person when they're performing, I see me. And that's how you manifest. So keep the dream alive by constantly awaking it. That's when it's about to rest. No, like when I'll graduate, keep it alive. Look at what you're doing. You keep it alive so that Muduma will to feed you more.
Thank you for coming. and definitely looking for, please be my mentor.
I never thought of that.
Honestly, I feel like you have a lot to share with young girls. You know, you have a lot to. You said something, Ayla, when you were saying you speak with him. You feel like you are a destiny connector for others. If you stop, you understand. If you stop, you're affecting somebody else. And if you stop now you're affecting me. And so, right. So I'm like, please be my mentor. After this, let's link.
Definitely. We're all mentors in somewhat or any other ways. When you don't become selfish and you understand that like your calling is not. It's a ministry. A ministry is building. It's uplifting. It's what did you do? Even if it's a simple, you know how we complain of I give a lot over to my strategy because I told you guys the story of my brother. So because I don't see him, I want to give to the next person on the street so that somebody has mercy for him when I can't see him. And that's ministry, that we don't live for us. You need to always remind yourself that you don't live for you. If you don't have a child, it's fine. You live for your friend, you live for your grandmother, you live for your friends. Somebody in the friendship is lacking something. But by seeing you, a lot of my varsity friends, it's just like, wow. You know, we thought it was a joke, but now we see also it was a journey. And you've been very resilient and patient. But that only happens when you understand that this is the goal and I have to be patient. So the family can be impatient. You can be impatient with yourself all the time. But as long as you still believe,
then that's all about it.
Bona.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me as well.
Please, the workshop, keep it in mind.
I will definitely speak to people them and we'll organize something.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for tuning in to the Great Podcast. I feel like with this show today, one thing that you have to understand and learn is believing in yourself.
Yeah.
It starts from within. If you don't believe in your self-worth, if you don't believe in yourself, and if you don't believe in the dream, nobody else could do that for you. Thanks for tuning in and looking forward to more. Hopefully, we're going to be having a second shoot with you, Hasaro Boroko Showbacks, and these coming ones, just to keep us in the loop and keep us updated. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.